Story 1. Cats mostly. I have given up keeping anything else on it. They will just knock it down once I am asleep anyway. Story 2. Gun in safe screwed to nightstand. Wallet, keys, water, and a random quarter that has been there for a decade. Story 3. On top of my nightstand, wireless phone charging pad, lamp, and a handful of sugar-free cough drops. Story 4. A lamp, a book, a smaller reading light for when my partner is asleep, a crisp glass of chocolate milk, and a 9mm for closet monsters. Story 5. Gun for robbers, backup gun for robbers, and a water pistol I use when I get thirsty. Cups can spill easily, and I would hate to have an accident. Story 6. On top, phone, AirPods, Apple Watch charger. Valet tray with daily driver wristwatch, wedding rings, the nice one and silicone. Tissues, top drawer, fingerprint gun safe, flashlights, bottom drawer, belts, sunglasses, pocket squares, watch repair kit. Story 7. Clock radio because I am old. It even has a CD player built in. Lip balm, socks in case my feet get cold overnight. This really only happens in winter, but they are still there just in case. Sleep mask. I wear it overnight, but it stays on the nightstand during the day. Nail and cuticle cream that I never remember to use. Hand cream. My phone, charging overnight and silenced. A few essential oils that I use for nighttime comfort. One for headaches and tension, one for stuffiness, and one for indigestion. I do not really believe in that stuff, but they do seem to help those ailments. Even if it is just in my head, relief is relief. A nail file and cuticle clippers. An Eric Cartman figurine. Story 8. I don't have a nightstand, but I have an amplifier next to my bed that I use to hold my water bottle, and a desk nearby where my clock and lamp are placed. Story 9. Phone charger, water bottle, a book I keep meaning to finish, and way too many random receipts or hair ties. Story 10. Too much mess. The worst thing is the water. The most terrifying thing in the middle of the night has become thirst. I have made it impossible to get water without spilling it over all the things I never need during sleep on my nightstand. Story 11. Phone, my water bottle, tissues, my journal, and a small flower pot that I use for nail clippers, lip balm, and pens. Story 12. In the old days, my relatives would keep a glass of gasoline on their nightstand to fend off mosquitoes, until my cousin took a swig in the middle of the night. Story 13. Coconut oil, 2 vaginal and clitoral vibrators, 2 butt plugs, a double dildo, wipes, a candle, and a phone charger. Story 14. Lamp, water, book, glasses, jewelry box, weed vape box. The drawers of the nightstand are both my man's drawers. Collections of wires, batteries, random scraps of paper, now redundant CDs, a sewing kit, pens, and a Rubik's Cube. Story 15. Books, more books, a book light, lotion, and about 3 to 4 open cans of seltzer water, none of which have any bubbles left. Story 16. Lavender-scented lotion, lavender pillow spray, lamp, journal, hair ties, satin sleeping bonnet, some random items I should probably clean up like an old LaCroix can. Story 17. Water bottle, lamp, tissues, air purifier, which also functions as a white noise machine, and Apple Watch charger attached to the lamp base using magnetism. Story 18. Tissue box, lamp, coaster, phone stand, book I am reading, picture frame, statue of the Virgin Mary, bowl to hold jewelry or bobby pins, small pot of lotion. Story 19. 2 Bird magazine, 1 Formula 1 magazine, a watch, a toilet paper roll, 2 types of cream for when muscles are hurting. Usually 1 book, but I finished it, so none for the moment. My glasses when I do not wear them. Story 20. Lamp, clock, lotion, small glass dish for chapsticks, control for heated mattress pad, nightly pill bottle, phone. Story 21. I cannot keep anything on my nightstand because my child gets it when she inevitably wakes up before me. I dream of having nightstand freedom someday. Story 22. Skincare products, lubricant, a glass of water, and any jewelry or hair clips I forgot to remove before getting into bed. Story 23. My spare phone without a SIM card but with Wi-Fi calling and emergency SOS enabled is for use in case I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and faint. Since I have fainted twice within a few months, I carry that phone with me. Glasses, fan remote, adjustable bed frame remote. Story 24. 2 to 3 baby diapers, a pack of wipes, a hair tie, and a small blanket to lay my baby on in case I need to change a diaper in the middle of the night. Story 25. Small trinket bowl with a bunch of bobby pins and hair ties, my toothbrush charger, a couple of magazines, my current book I am reading, and a book light. There is a built-in charger plug so my phone is there at night. I cannot forget the usual rotation of 2 to 3 cups of half-finished drinks precariously balanced around the other items. There are also drawers, but the things listed are the usual items on top. Story 26. Everything. Water, medication, contact lenses, glasses, jewelry, and the random receipt I took out of my pocket earlier that day. Story 27. Phone on its charger, my glasses while I sleep, bottle of melatonin, bottle of magnesium glycinate, lotion, water, and lamp. Story 28. Hobbit and Lord of the Rings 4-book set. Television remote, Fire Stick remote, wallet, random USB plug, DVI male to HDMI female adapter, a sock and rice snowman I made nearly a decade ago. Notebook. Story 29. A book, my phone, a reading lamp, and a water bottle. Until recently, my Sony clock radio from the 1980s was also there. My son kept trying to steal it, so it is now in a cabinet. Story 30. Radio, lotion, Vaseline for dry lips, phone, soda crackers, original Coffee Mate, portable fan remote, some small wrapped candies, a teaspoon, a few straws, some tissues, a small icon holy card, Ziploc bag with barbecue potato chips. Story 31. La Vie est belle. Alkaline water, flea comb, emery board, nail clipper, hair clip, Kleenex, lamp, portable radio, a book, Distant Mirror by Barbara Tuchman, cell phone charger, picture of a very beautiful man. Story 32. On top, water, deodorant, antidepressants, vitamin D tablets, the book I am reading, phone charger, plus a small dish or tray for wallet, keys, loose change, and other items. On the lower shelf, we keep toys, lubricant, and similar items so that they are not immediately visible to someone walking into the room. Story 33. Well, I've been laid up for a while, so let's see. Phone charger, remotes, PlayStation 5 controllers and chargers, and a spot for soda during the day or Gatorade at night. Story 34. On, a phone and watch charger, water bottle, sleep mask, thumb brace, and some breath mints. Top drawer, 9mm SIG sour pistol, and a 1200 lumen flashlight. Bottom drawer, washcloths and lubricant. Story 35. A book, my glasses, my vape, chapstick, water bottle, and a variety of medications. The medications are all in specific spots so I can take them without my glasses on when I'm sleepy. I also have a special snack drawer in my nightstand. I struggle with feeding myself, so my husband fills it with nuts, chips, and breakfast bars to make sure I eat something while I am home alone all day. Story 36. Lamp, continuous positive airway pressure machine, wipes to clean machine and mask, 2 small devotional books, cup of pens, pill container with daily medication, bottle of water to take medication. Story 37. Wallet, keys, watch, work phone, and a collection of random business and rewards cards that I usually just put in my pocket when I receive them. Story 38. An alarm clock, a charger for my smartwatch, a 30-kilogram stainless steel forward stern tube seal liner, and just a plant. Nothing special, really. I am actually not kidding. Story 39. Top, reading light, phone charger, water bottle, book, drawer, personal accessories. Bottom shelf, extra books, gun in lockbox. Story 40. What nightstand? I just have a shelf right next to my bed. Edit. Never mind. It completely slipped my mind that I literally have a round end table, which I guess you could consider a nightstand. I keep my lamp on it. Story 41. Water bottle, glasses, vaporizers, Echo Dot, raven-shaped lamp, Collins English Dictionary, locked notebook and pen, toothpick, phone, vibrator hidden under some books, blackout eye mask, and cappuccino-flavored hard candies. Story 42. Cocoa butter, Aquaphor healing ointment, phone and Apple Watch charger, lamp, television remote, continuous positive airway pressure machine, water bottle, tissues. Story 43. I have a small decorative wall-mounted bedside table on which I have Hatch alarm clock, phone and watch charger, large cup for water, small lamp, Kindle. Story 44. Night lamp, my current book with my little reading light, a fresh bottle of sparkling water, my medication, tarot cards, crystals, my journal, the remote for my little lights, my incense holder, and an empty wine bottle with a candle on top. In the nightstand is a completely different story. Story 45. Big bottle of water that I fill fresh right before I leave for work during the day. Nothing is more refreshing than having a few giant gulps of water right after waking up. The subsequent need to urinate will get you out from under the covers and onto your day. Story 46. My nightstand is actually filled with items that must be thrown out, but if I touch it, I risk bringing disease or bad luck to my family. Darn contamination, obsessive-compulsive disorder tendencies. I am still looking for the best time to remove it. Edit. Oh, and I plan to throw away the nightstand as well. Story 47. Remote, glasses and case, wallet, book I am currently reading. Then my cat will swipe something off, and I swipe her off to get back at her. She still continues to do it. Story 48. A cross, a lamp, and a back scratcher because there's always some annoying tickle or itch 5 minutes after I go to bed. Story 49. Charger for phone, watch, and AirPods, water bottle, Tylenol for chronic migraines, chapstick, earplugs, 7-day medication container. Sounds like I am older, but I am 40 years old, just have many diagnoses. Story 50. Books, a lamp, an alarm clock, cat hair, dust, old disgusting earplugs that I meant to throw out, bookmarks, and an old photo with a handwritten note on the back that I found in a used book. Story 51. Landline phone, Amazon Alexa, box of tissues, a drink, earplugs, pack of polos, nail clippers. I never sleep with my phone in the bedroom. It is too tempting to look at it overnight. It is what is inside my nightstand that is more interesting. Story 52. Continuous positive airway pressure machine, star projector, water bottle, Blistex lip balm, Bluetooth speaker, pill organizer for all my daily medications, phone and charger, watch and charger, glasses, remote control for the television, knife. Story 53. Small college fraternity boy refrigerator, microwave, toaster oven, espresso machine, landline telephone, television remote, phone charger, full set of World Book encyclopedias, video cassette recorder remote, The Complete Curse of Oak Island DVD set, 32-ounce Yeti with water, 40-ounce Stanley with Marker's Mark whiskey, bottle of melatonin, and the current week's television guide. Story 54. A charger stand for my phone, a half-empty bottle of water, and a tube of cortisone cream from when I had this inflamed spot on the back of my leg. Story 55. Book holder so I can read lying on my side. Wireless charger, my Kindle, and lotion. The lotion is actually for its intended use. I have never been a lotion person for any other reason. Story 56. Water, notepad, pen, alarm clock, lamp, couple of knives, gun, remote control, candle. It is a big nightstand. Story 57. Nothing but my phone on purpose. What is currently on my nightstand are 5 mostly empty seltzer cans, some nail clippers, a package to return to Amazon, a couple of used cotton swabs, a bottle of lotion, and a .22 caliber bullet. I am cleaning this weekend. Story 58. My nightstand has 6 compartments. I have pens, paper, books, a box of midnight medical supplies including a thermometer, blood pressure cuff, oxygen monitor, acetaminophen, and bandages that anyone might need. There is also a charging station, hairbrush, and hairbands, to name a few items. Story 59. Lamp, which is also my phone charger. water bottle, both inhalers, eye drops, Xbox controller charger. Story 60, covered with a cloth runner, then a basket for lotion, medication, chapstick, pens, remotes, fan, bookmarks, sleep mask, and more. Skull candy dish for chapstick, hair ties, earplugs, and others. Desk organizer for pads of paper, doodle books, LCD tablet, and additional items. Pile of cloth coasters. Also some dog treats currently. The extension plug is resting on the corner. That may be it, not counting what is inside. Story 61. I use a wooden chair instead of a nightstand. However, I keep water and my Xbox controller on it. I only use my Xbox for streaming services. Story 62. Lip mask. Heart-shaped rock. Fabulous lamp. Framed photos. Alabaster vase. Apple charger. Crystal-carved Buddha. Spider-Man drink cup with punch. Story 63. A lamp, a picture, a book, a phone, a small basket for miscellaneous items, and a small container for my contact lenses. Story 64. Laptop, power cord, medications, another stuffed animal, fan, and blankets. I would like to get new nightstands before I move. These ones are destined for the landfill. Oh, and a touch lamp. Story 65. Clock radio, iPad because I use that at night for reading, glasses, the table lamp, lip balm, lotion, and nail clippers. Story 66. Kindle, glasses, lamp, charging stand for my Apple Watch which turns my watch into a clock, and my iPhone on charge. Story 67. I do not have one because my side of the bed is against the wall. However, I have a hook with a bag on it that contains nasal spray, cough drops, and Aquaphor. My cannabis vaporizer is on its own hook. Story 68. Picture of my wife who passed away in March, Bible, prayer book, lamp, icon of St. George, icon of Mary, prayer rope, and my wireless phone charger. Story 69. My ashtray, a picture of my mother and our old dog in a frame with crystals inside it. I have some crystals around it and a jewelry box with some of my mother's old things in it. A candle and a knife just in case. I always hope the cats won't knock it over at night, so I try to keep it somewhat uncluttered. Story 70. Lamp, clock, reading glasses, tablet, and e-reader. I keep them with me during the day and at least while I am sleeping. Charging cables are included since the lamp has ports. Story 71. FN 545 tactical pistol with weapon light, small flashlight, pocket knife, watch, keys, phone, and thermos of cold water. Story 72. A couple of perfumes, wallet, flashlight, watches, and water. If my wallet is not in my pocket or on my nightstand, the panic begins. Story 73. Laneage lip sleeping mask, my phone, hydro jug, clock, Kindle, lamp, remote for my fake candles for some reading ambience. Story 74. Touch lamp on each one. Little analog clock on one with a notepad and a pen. Plant and wireless charger on the other. Story 75. Home phone, 2 pocket watches from my great-grandfather, a Remington 1858 New Army, a Philadelphia Derringer, a couple hundred rounds of .45 long Colt ammunition, a box with some random jewelry, and a short stack of Tums in case I get heartburn. Story 76. Gun locked in small safe, continuous positive airway pressure machine, biofreeze, Lifesavers mints, usually, O'Keeffe's working hands lotion, hands are in soapy chemical mixed water all day, and my adjustable bed remote. Story 77. Lamp, phone and charger, watch charger, water jug, e-reader, reading and regular glasses with case, pencil bucket with pens, e-reader stylus, nail file, nail clippers, and tweezers. It is an interesting balance that took me a while to optimize. Story 78. A cup of ice water, Alexa to play rain sounds, and a car remote to hit the panic button if someone decides to ruin my night. Story 79. On top, I have a couple of candles, a Kindle, moisturizer, some vitamins, and a water bottle. Inside, I have cough drops, medication, and a bunch of candy. Story 80. lamp, baby monitor, small air purifier, electronic safe with a Glock 19X in it that is bolted to the nightstand, which is also connected to my bed. The bed is very heavy. Story 81. My continuous positive airway pressure device, water, small container of peanut butter-filled pretzels, real phone, older wireless fidelity phone, music, cozy Bluetooth sleep mask, charging cables. Story 82. I have a drawer on each side of the bed. As edgy as it sounds, I have something that could be used as an improvised weapon concealed in each side for self-defense purposes if necessary, but only as a last resort and nothing lethal. I grew up somewhere unsafe and currently live close to where I was born. Other than that, usually there are a few bottles of water I keep forgetting to finish or take back to the kitchen or bin, a whole load of plushies on each drawer, one of which is wearing a pajama shirt that was not in my size, and a cat lamp. There is a lockbox where I store my passport when I don't have it with me, and that is about it. The plushies take most of the space. Story 83. I have a lamp, Bible, and some pens. The children have more belongings than I do and get upset when I move their things. Story 84. Phone charger, water bottle, light, Gaviscon, coconut oil, and salted caramel-flavored lubricant. Story 85. A lamp, jewelry box, perfumes and deodorant, water bottle, and a candle holder that contains hair ties, gift cards, and small trinkets. Once settled in, my keys and wallet will also go on the nightstand. Story 86. Book, lamp, phone charger, water bottle, empty water cup, eye drops and lip balm. These are my everyday pocket items. Story 87. Sound machine that I never use, lamp, remote control, chargers and stand for phone, case for glasses and bottle of water. Story 88. Apparently, as an American, I have been facing life without sleeping with a gun next to my head every night for the last 15 years of my adult life. Story 89. My reproduction tour lie. No particular reason, except that my apartment is still mostly empty, so I don't have anywhere to display my dolls. Story 90. Phone stand, tissues for morning nasal mucus, a coaster for my water, a small vase with some dried baby's breath, and my pistol. Story 91. .38 caliber revolver. As George Washington once said, stay armed or get harmed, or something like that. Story 92. Lamp, photo, Alexa dot, glass of water, wireless phone charger, and small pill box for my tablets in the morning. Story 93. Wireless charger for phone, watch, earbuds, Kindle, TV, and fan remote. In the drawer. A Colt 1911, watch bands, wallet, keys, pocket knives, lip balm, cartridges for the vaporizer. Story 94. My Kindle, a book, my coal mining lamp, emotional support water bottle, wedding ring holder, sound machine, picture of my puppy and husband, pew pew. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.